What's up, guys? We got a fun one coming at you today. Shit they don't tell you about contest prep. So we're gonna go ahead and just get right into it, guys. I've made a list of some of the less commonly known things about contest prep and just some of the realities. So I've got like 6 things to go over. Let's jump right into it. Shit they don't tell you about contest prep, number 1. So oftentimes you're gonna notice as you get leaner, as your body fat reduces, as you know, you start to get those visible abs, all that good stuff, get closer to your stage weight, you are going to be cold as fuck. Like temperatures you would not normally, be cold in. For example, I remember my first contest prep. It was like I prepped through, I started prep in like early January and ended up doing a show in July. And it was like, halfway through prep, things started to really turn up a little bit, starting to get really lean and that kind of thing. It was around, I say the end, but it was around May, mid-May, something like that. I caught myself, it was like 75, 80 degrees at night. I would be, no joke, guys, I would be in joggers, a hoodie with my hood up, like chilling out on the front porch, just like relaxing, at the end of the night, whatever. And felt like you were always cold. It was terrible. Like you couldn't go anywhere without bringing a hoodie, bringing a jacket, because you never know. You're like, okay, is this restaurant gonna be cold? Or, well, restaurant's a bad example, but is X, Y, or Z place gonna be cold? Am I gonna need a hoodie? So that becomes a part of your like daily wardrobe, even in the summer times at times. So definitely keep that one in mind. So shit they don't tell you about contest prep, number 2. So guys, you are going to have days. And again, this is going to apply a little more significantly towards the end of prep. Your last probably, 6 weeks out and in, sub 6 weeks out. Typically, for me at least, you are going to have days, guys, where you are so fucking food focused. Like that becomes all you can think about. Like, okay, I've got 30 minutes so I can eat my next meal. I can make it till then. Let's drink some water or whatever. And it feels like an eternity's went by, and you'll be like, oh, boom, it's literally been 5 minutes. Like, that's a real thing. And if your girlfriend ever tells you that 2 minutes isn't a long time, do one of 2 things. Put her in contest prep, and you have 2 minutes left to your next meal, or put her on the stair mill for 2 minutes. She'll have a different opinion. Just saying. But anyway, yeah, the food focus at the end of prep is terrible. Like you'll get to a point, or most people will get to a point where, you're really in the thick of the shit when, you finally wait the eternity of the 2 minutes till it's time to eat your next meal, and you're so excited to eat it. You're so excited to eat your broccoli, asparagus, and your, either grilled chicken or fish or whatever lean protein source of your choice. You're so excited to eat whatever it is. You're like, I just want to feel some type of satiety. No joke, you'll sit down, you'll heat your meal up, you'll sit down and eat, and you are, no joke, more hungry by the time you get done with your meal than you were before you even started. Like something I used to do, I would catch myself, like, no joke, after every meal. I didn't care if it was like right at time to go to bed or whatever. I would slam like 32 ounces of water, sometimes before and after meals, especially like 3 or 4 weeks out, when shit's really, really kicking in. Yeah, you're slamming water, but before and after meals, just to try to feel some type of fullness, like just try to take up the space in your stomach. So yeah, that part, honestly, that blows. It really does. Like it's one of the worst parts in my opinion. But anyway, shit they don't tell you about contest prep, number 3. Fatigue, guys. Closer to the end of the prep is absolutely brutal. I would venture to say the fatigue portion for me is harder than the diet. It's harder than the cardio. That's the worst part in my opinion. So you'll find it difficult. Oftentimes you'll find it difficult to do the most mundane, simple day-to-day task. 1, feel like the biggest inconvenience sometimes. And 2, finding energy to get off the couch and fix your kid something to drink, or something even as simple as you have to go take a pee. Getting up, finding the energy to get off the couch and go pee, towards the end of the day especially, is just extremely difficult for whatever reason. And honestly, if you think about it, you're demanding so much of your body from an output perspective, and you're not providing the nutrients it needs to recover from those sessions, from your cardio and from your training sessions. Like towards the end of the day, you don't have gas. Like there is no gas left in the tank, and doing anything outside of the must do day-to-day task, your training, your cardio, your meal prep, that kind of thing, eating your meals, like anything outside of that, for one, is like in second place. Those things are become priority, and finding the energy just to do those basic tasks is hard. It really, really is. And guys, I'm not bringing telling you all this information just to scare you or scare you out of contest prep, because it's extremely rewarding. The process is like extremely rewarding. Seeing your body transform over a 16, 20, 24 week prep, just seeing how much your body is actually capable of doing is astonishing, to say the least. It is, like I said, it's extremely rewarding, bringing your best package to stage. And, like I said, just seeing how resilient the human body can be, it's a really cool thing to watch. But like I said, I just want to keep it real with you guys. So shit they don't tell you about contest prep, number 4. Training sessions, guys. Training sessions feel like a chore. Towards the end of prep, you're used to, in an off-season setting, something like that, your energy's high. You can't wait to go train arms or your shoulders or legs or whatever, your favorite body part to train is. You can't wait. You are so excited. You're hyped. You're going to meet your boys. You guys are going to have a killer chest day, for example. Well, let's say 4 to 6 weeks out, seems to be kind of the underlying theme here. Once you get really close to stage, shit gets real. But like these training sessions just feel, you have to make yourself go into the gym sometimes. And you're speaking to your coach and that kind of thing, you have to do what, built the muscle to, in order to keep it. So, you have to still train, close proximity to failure. You still have to do, those intensifiers, the drop sets, the supersets, whatever it is, that you use to build that tissue, all the heavy, hard training. That shit's got to continue, guys. It has to continue in order to maintain the muscle mass. That's just a fact of it. And, sometimes making that happen is beyond difficult. Like, you feel like sometimes, you go into the gym and you just check the box. Sometimes you go in and, you're just trying to match the logbook. Especially as prep continues, you're not hitting PRs typically when you're going to train. You're doing everything in your power to keep the logbook as stable as you can, as far as, trying not to lose strength, because training performance is the main driver of holding on to all that muscle tissue that you work so hard to build. Here's a funny story. So I've done 2 shows so far, and the same thing has happened in both preps. So, typically when I go into the gym, I am a super upbeat, rap, hip hop, like listener when I go in and train. You people that listen to podcasts in the gym, I'm convinced you guys are serial killers, other than cardio, but different point. Like I said, I am typically a, upbeat rap, hip hop kind of guy. Like I'm bobbing my head, I'm singing, just getting into it, just feeling the session, having a good time. At that, probably the 4 week out mark, I don't know what causes this to occur for me, but I will literally go on Spotify, and I have like a trap metalcore playlist saved, and I will switch over from a rap hip hop, type vibe to a like heavy death metal playlist. It's so weird because typically I do not like that kind of music. Like I've tried to listen to it post show, and I will, no joke, I can't make it through a song. I'm like, this is terrible. It's just not my style. So like I just can't do it. But I'll, no joke, I'll be in there 400 or 500 mgs of caffeine to the face, in a pre-workout and a death metal playlist, I'm convinced is the only thing that gets me through training sessions towards the end of prep. So keep that in mind, especially if you're one of those people that feel like every time you go train, you have to hit a PR, or you have to, beat the reps or something like that on, like a given exercise. Towards the end of prep, guys, I hate to break it to you, but that is probably not going to happen. So, brings us to shit they don't tell you about contest prep, number 5. So, sleep quality and recoverability in general. Towards the end of prep again, you might as well throw that shit out the window, because I hate to break it to you, it's not going to be there. Especially if you're an enhanced athlete. And again, guys, I'm keeping it real. Oftentimes when the trend comes in, there goes the sleep. I am, personally, I'm blessed. I don't get the crazy trendsomnia, as they like to call it, until I go over like 300 mgs. Once I go over 300 mgs, I pushed up to 400 mgs on peak week this past show. And guys, it was literally terrible. Like, I would sleep for like 2 hours and I would just wake up and be wide ass awake for literally no reason. And there was nothing I could do to go back to sleep. Like, I'm eating enough sleep aid to kill a small child at this point. Like over the counter sleep aids, they're the max strength. Honestly don't remember the name. It's the same active ingredient that's in Benadryl. But, none of that helped. It was honestly just terrible. So, think about that. That's how we're gonna recover too. So when that sleep quality goes to shit, you can't expect yourself to be doing sometimes hours of cardio a day, trying to push through these training sessions and not sleep. That's a recipe for disaster. So anything you guys can do to maintain that sleep quality and maintain that recoverability is going to be paramount in a recovery capacity standpoint. So that's definitely going to help you keep muscle tissue as well. But at some point, you honestly just might have to grin and bear it. It's just kind of comes with the territory towards the end. But again, guys, it's worth it, I promise. So that brings us to shit they don't tell you about contest prep, number 6. So this is gonna be our last and final point, guys. Prep brain. I don't know if you've ever heard that term being floating around the gym, floating around the bodybuilding community. I'm gonna tell you, the shit's real. You will make the dumbest, silliest mistakes you could ever imagine. I'm actually gonna steal a reference from another coach that I know. She had mentioned, 'cause I can't think of anything that crazy that I did off the cuff like this, but she said she actually took her food scale and she weighed out her meal or whatever it was, and instead of putting her food scale back on the counter and heating her meal up in the microwave, she took her food scale and put it in the microwave for 30 seconds before she realized it and fried it. Was over. But silly mistakes, little simple stuff like that is just kind of part of it, especially towards the end of prep again. And you're going to find it really difficult to focus for any length of time at all. So for me, watching TikTok or watching YouTube videos or whatever, you would find yourself, I would find myself just losing interest, just randomly halfway through the TikTok or halfway through the YouTube video, or even scrolling on social media. I would catch myself bouncing from Instagram to Facebook to back to TikTok, and just making that vicious cycle over and over, just because nothing would keep my attention for any length of time. So those are just some realities of contest prep, guys. And again, I'm not telling you any of this to make you shy away from bodybuilding, because it's all worth it in the end. Once you get to stage, you'll, especially if you're a first-time competitor, you'll realize that, or hopefully you do, that okay, that's manageable. You'll learn how to, the farther you go in the sport, the more shows you do, you'll learn how to manage a lot of these things, and you'll kind of know what to expect. And that honestly has made it significantly easier for me, going from my first show to my second. Like, okay, I know X, Y, or Z is coming. We're just going, we're just going to take it as it comes and, keep moving forward, keep grinding. So, yeah, guys, like I said, I'm not trying to scare you away from the sport because, we all, we need more, we need more competitors in the sport. We just, I don't know where the hell I was going with that, but we need more competitors in the sport, and it's an awesome community once you get involved. Some of the nicest people in the world are at bodybuilding shows. They look big and scary probably to you, but like I said, some of the nicest, sweetest people you could ever meet. So anyway, guys, I appreciate you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the video. So definitely like, comment, subscribe, and stick around, turn on the post notifications, when we drop new videos if you like the content. And definitely drop us comments and let us know what you want to see moving forward, and any kind of critiques you might have. I am open to constructive criticism. I want to grow, I want to improve. So thank you guys again. Y'all have a good night. Peace.